We won't need it. That's the only thing we don't need them.
Yeah.
And I don't have my vice chair. Who wants to read the committee vacancies?
I will.
All right.
Once I boot up. I feel like I can breathe.
Trying to save my water bill, so I haven't been. It's Christmas season. Find ways to cut
Don't make
costs.
sacrifices. The struggle is real.
7 o'clock.
Seeing as it's 7 o'clock, I will call the December 21st meeting of the Chelmsford Board of Selectmen to order. And please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. This meeting is being recorded and televised by Chelmsford Telemedia. If anyone else is recording this meeting, I would ask that you please state your name for the record. Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to public service announcements. We have our town clerk, Honorina Maloney, here to discuss the nomination papers for the elected position. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. Thank you for the opportunity to provide these updates. Nomination papers for townwide and town meeting representatives will be available beginning on Monday, January 4th at 8:30 a.m. at the town clerk's office. Candidates for townwide offices must obtain at least 50 signatures from registered voters in the town of Chelmsford. Candidates for town meeting representatives must obtain at least 25 signatures from registered voters from the precinct they wish to represent. We highly encourage that all candidates obtain additional signatures. And we also have a tip for the candidates. If you cannot read the signatures and cannot make out the address of the voters who sign your papers, chances are neither can we. So please encourage all the good folks who sign your papers to write legibly, because it makes us very happy when all signatures can be certified. The last day to obtain blank nomination papers will be Thursday, February 11th at 5 p.m. Nomination papers must be filed with the Board of Registrars by Tuesday, February 16th at 5 p.m. And as a courtesy to the community, we will update the website when candidates pull papers, return papers, and when signatures are certified. We will update the information by 4 p.m. whenever there is information to update. And I would like all voters and all individuals who qualify to register to vote to visit the Secretary of State website by going to sec.state.ma.us. Here you can check if you're registered to vote, where you vote, and of course, register to vote. The web page is intuitive and very easy to use. And remember, if you move within Chelmsford or change your name, you must re-register to vote. And now it's easier than ever to do that. You are also welcome to call the clerk's office at 978-250-5205, and we're always happy to help with any questions. We have 4 elections in 2016. And that is why it's important for voters to check their status and party enrollment. We start the year with the presidential primary on March 1st, Tuesday, the annual town election on Tuesday, April 5, the state primary on Thursday, September 8th, followed by the presidential election on Tuesday, November 8th. You can also visit the Town of Chelmsford website, the clerk page at townofchelmsford.us. We have also started a Facebook page. So for those individuals who are on Facebook, we invite you to like the page, as we will use Facebook as another means to inform residents. Again, the name of the page is Chelmsford Town Clerk. And lastly, a plug for the census. The 2016 census will be arriving the week of January 4th or sooner. Please complete these important forms, and if you have a dog, please license your dog. All dogs must have updated rabies and must be licensed by February 29th to avoid late fees. Completed census and dog forms can be either mailed to the clerk's office, dropped off at the drop box in front of the town offices building, or brought in directly to the clerk's office in person. As always, we enjoy seeing our residents. Do you have any questions?
Absentee ballots.
I think there's a question from the audience regarding absentee
Certainly.
ballots.
What would you like to know about absentee ballots?
How they're gonna work during these 4 elections?
You can always apply either via mail or in person, and if you would like more information, we can give you a call. We do have absentee ballot applications on our website. And the deadline to apply for an absentee ballot is always the day before the election at 12 noon. Of course, we have early voting coming next year, and more information to come later on that as it becomes available.
Great.
Does that answer your question, Mr. Reddy?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Anything else?
No, it was very thorough. Thank you
Okay,
very much.
again, call the office. We're always happy to answer any questions. Again, thank you, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas. And one other public service announcement, the deadline to submit citizen petition warrant articles for the upcoming town meeting is January 4th, 2016 at 4 p.m. Those can be dropped off here at Town Hall, even the town manager's office. Is that right, Paul?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. Or the clerk's office.
Or the
Either
clerk's
one will
office.
accept it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the last thing on the public service announcements, if I may, Mr. Chair, we received a number of phone calls today about the mailing that went out regarding the aggregation, electricity aggregation. It is legitimate. That was, we received a number of calls. We've seen it on social media and so forth. The program is legitimate. It was authorized by town meeting back at the 2014 spring annual town meeting under the provisions of Massachusetts general laws. The program is offered by our neighboring communities, similar programs such as in Lowell, Westford, Drake. It is what it is, and we provided this because the program doesn't begin until February 1st. So we're providing this mailing now. There will be information sessions after the holidays. There'll be one on Wednesday, January 6th at 7 p.m. at the Adams Library, one at Thursday, January 7th at 12:30 p.m. at the Senior Center, and one the following Wednesday, the January 13th at 7 p.m. at the Chelmsford Community Center. And there'll be representatives of the town and Constellation Energy there to answer any questions. But the simple part of the program is if one does not have a contract for electricity supply, one needn't do anything. You're automatically enrolled in the program. And right now, it's a fact that the program rate is less than the National Grid default rate, which a resident or business would have if they've not entered into an electricity contract. So even if one has an uncertain future, at this point, it clearly would be financially advantageous to not opt out, at least until the National Grid summer rate is set, and then one can decide at that point their alternatives. But again, information is available in the mailing. There's contact information there for questions, and again, they can contact the office, and also there'll be those input sessions.
All right.
So thank you, Mr. Chairman.
That's a great update. Thank you. Any other public service announcements? No? We'll move on to open session. Is there anyone here this evening who wishes to address the board? All right, seeing none, we will move on to committee vacancies. Askenberg?
Committee vacancies as of December 21st. There is one vacancy on the Center Village Master Plan Implementation Committee. There is one vacancy on the Civic Committee, one vacancy on the Great Brook Farm Advisory Committee, one vacancy on the Land Management Subcommittee, one vacancy on the Planning Board, 2 vacancies on the Public Celebrations Committee, 3 vacancies on the Recycling Committee, and 1 vacancy on the Tree Committee. If you're interested in serving on a town board or committee, please fill out the committee application. It's available on the town website, www.townofchelmsford.us.
Great, thank you. Next on the agenda, we have a public hearing. I'm actually going to recuse myself to avoid any potential conflicts of interest, and Selectman Askenberg is going to take over the public hearing.
Well, in case it's not obvious, at this point, we do not have a quorum. It's only Selectman Dixon and I. So what I would propose is that we continue this hearing to next Monday, December 28th. We have it on the calendar as a potential meeting for the Board of Selectmen. and we can continue it at that time at 7 PM. So I wanted to get your thoughts on that and see if that was acceptable to you. Because our next scheduled meeting is January 11th.
Right. Yeah, I know for the
We're
record.
a little surprised as well. We
It's
have
the
some folks that
holidays,
are
and I know,
sick.
yeah,
so-
that's okay. My name's, just for the record, Philip Oleopoulos, here on behalf of the applicant. And I guess, I know that typically in other votes, and maybe it's a question for the town manager, that when the board had members that were absent, there could still be a vote of the members that were present. And that could constitute a quorum, but obviously now we're down to 2, and it's,
Right,
I've never seen it
that
this
was
low.
known as the Mullen rule.
Yeah.
Massachusetts. They do allow for remote participation in absence. The problem is that there isn't a quorum of the board to hold the hearing.
Right.
So that's the
thing.
defect we have right now. Had there been a quorum, then
you
yes,
had-
a member who was absent could watch the videotape and then participate in the vote in the future hearings. But where the board doesn't have a quorum, they can't hold the hearing.
That
You
makes
can't
sense.
have the quorum with the person calling in.
That makes sense. All right, yeah, that's fine, then we won't even open the public hearing, we'll just continue the hearing till
December
next Monday?
28th at 7
Okay.
PM.
Okay. Want me to pass, and I do have the green cards?
Sure, I
Would
can
you like
take
those
those,
tonight,
sure.
just so I can get them to the town, and
Yep.
we'll take it from there.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
So I will make a motion that we will continue the public hearing to Monday, December 28th at 7 PM.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Thank you very much, happy
Thank
holidays,
you.
everybody.
Happy holidays.
Thank you very much. Next on the agenda, we have town manager bid awards for the golf course management contract.
Yeah, Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm seeking the board's confirmation of the bid award for the management of the Chelmsford Country Club, which is the golf course and the clubhouse facility there, to the award to Sterling Golf Management. Sterling Golf Management, as the members of the board may know, has a long history with successful operation of the course. We did put this out for legal advertisement. They were the qualified bidder who submitted the proposal. And in essence, it sort of reflects what's going on in the golf industry. The financial considerations are essentially unchanged. The monthly rate for the rent for the function hall remains unchanged at $600 per month. The capital investment is there and the same. And then the price proposal for the operation of the golf course remains at the 10% for the first $300,000 in gross revenue, and then there was a slight decrease to the above the $300,000 figure. So again, we'd ask the board's support for this. I can tell you, I have spoken to a couple other communities who are out in the golf course management procurement in the eastern part of Massachusetts, and really there are only 2 to 3 bidders in any community at a given time. And in fact, there was a second one who attended our hearing but chose not to issue a bid. So I think this is advantageous based on what we're seeing out in the market to proceed with this award. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any questions for the town manager? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to approve the bid award for golf course management as
I'll
presented.
make a motion to approve the contract as presented.
As presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays or abstentions? It's unanimous. Great. Next, we have approval of the Conservation Commission's acceptance of the Dutton Land, a donation of 2.12 acre parcel of land.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. As the board members may recall, and those who watched the previous meeting, we did speak about this for a, sort of a first run at our previous meeting. Since that time, the Conservation Commission has last Tuesday evening voted to accept the gift of the 2.12 acre parcel from the Dutton family for conservation purposes, and under the provisions of state law, the Board of Selectmen has to approve of the Conservation's acceptance of the gift. And again, where it holds no monetary value, there's no town meeting authorization necessary. So in speaking of this, the land abuts the rail trail. It'll be held in conservation. The family's only request was that we install a marker out there, basically recognize the donation by the Dutton family, and that will take place. And again, it's a nice gesture by the family, and again, I think we just look forward to adding it as a buffer to the rail trail.
Great, thank you.
You want me to make a motion?
Yes,
make a motion that we accept, or we approve of the Conservation Commission's acceptance of 2.12 acres of land by the Dutton family on High Street.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And it's unanimous. Great.
Thank you.
We have to next sign the special town meeting warrant.
Yeah, this is one real quick as well, Mr. Chairman. This is a one-article special town meeting warrant. The special town meeting would take place on Tuesday, January 19th. Because of the Monday holiday, we chose the Tuesday date. The one article is to approve collective bargaining agreements between the town and its collective bargaining units. That's the broad language, but basically what we would hope to bring is the 2 police contracts. One has been received as an arbitration award. The other matter has not yet resolved itself. So that's sort of why we do that broad language. We're hopeful that the second agreement will be resolved by that time, and then that way we can enter into our budget season with the prior contract period behind us completely. So we'd ask your consideration for your approval. It's your warrant for that evening on this one topic. And I did notify the superintendent of schools that this unfortunately does conflict with the school committee regularly scheduled meeting night. And as we know, under our town bylaws, no elected board can meet, or appointed board, or any governing board in the town can meet at the time of town meeting, unfortunately. So it will cause a little bit of disruption with the school committee's meeting schedule. But again, the problem with January is it's difficult to find any date.
Right.
I just have a quick question.
Yeah.
So how are the town meeting reps?
There will be a
notified?
mailing going out through the clerk's office to notify them of the special town meeting.
Is it just a letter, or there's no materials with
Right,
this,
right.
right?
FinCom, what will happen is the Finance Committee will hold public meetings, hearing on the warrant after the new year. Once we get data, again, hopefully a holistic data on the 2 contracts, we will send it out. If not, at the time of the Finance Committee, we will, in beginning of January, we will put out information we have on the one agreement. I've already been working on the presentation for the Finance Committee and town meeting, so we'll explain to them, the parameters of the article in terms of, who is the arbitrating authority, what was the award, what is the basis of the award in terms of, what are the results of that award in terms of, for an evaluation by the town meeting body. So we have all that information. We will get it out right after the holidays. Again, putting it out between now and next week is not going to be helpful at all. And also, we're still haven't resolved the second matters with the second union contract.
Okay.
Any other questions? Is there a motion to approve to sign the special town meeting warrant?
So moved.
Second.
Seconded. All in favor? Aye. It's unanimous. Selectmen liaison reports and referrals.
Just like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, and certainly a Happy New Year. And that's it.
Yeah. Same thing. I hope Santa's good to everybody, and I hope everybody has a Happy New Year. Although we'll be back one more time.
Actually, we will, yeah.
Before,
That's true. Well, I'll also wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and Happy New Year now if they're not watching the next meeting, and we'll do it again then. Any press questions this evening?
There's no press.
There are no press. Next.
This is part of history
Did you want to
today.
speak? I notice Mary's here. Did you want to speak? The meeting has moved so quickly that I don't know if you got here, and we're a little surprised that public input's already over. Okay.
Right. All right. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.